How's it going? So today we are going to talk about Forstner bits. Forstner bits are awesome. They're super cool for creating circles, holes, all sorts of different things. But the issue that I am having, and I'll show you here in a minute, is when you have a Forstner bit that goes down into a surface like this, goes into a surface, creates a super nice hole, but it has this pip in the middle and it creates a divot, and we're going to solve that. Sometimes it takes a little bit of ingenuity and a file and a little bit of extra cash. Unfortunately, these Forstner bits are about $25 a pop, which is not the cheapest ones ever, but not the most expensive. These are sawtooth Forstner bits. So you can see that right in there. They kind of have that sawtooth pattern. I have yet to use wave bits. I know they exist. I think those are the next ones that I'll use. But for something like this, I'm just doing about 20-ish holes in some cutting boards. But the issue is, like I said before, I don't need this little tiny divot that's in the bottom, and we're going to solve that. Let's go over to the drill press and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have a 2x4 and I have our Forstner bit. I'm going to do the standard chuck and drill. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put it in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Forstner bits are really important when it's coming to cylindrical type of holes. And there's lots of different types of ways you can create a hole, but when you want something that's going to be either shallow or you want to hog out the entire thing, Forstner bits are kind of the industry standard. So let's go ahead and set our speed here. There we are. And a small one like this, you don't need to run it super duper fast. Nothing like a fresh drill bit. So here we can see, oh, maybe. Here we can see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the bottom part of this Forstner bit, and that hole right there is created by this pip. Let's get it focused right in there. There we go. It's created by that pip. And it's great and all, but when you have a finished product like this, say this is a finished part of a cutting board, and you want to use it for kind of a dish tray, it looks fine. It looks okay, but it's not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's a lot smoother. And luckily, it's very easy to fix this by using a extra Forstner bit and a file. Let's go back to the workbench and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have the entire Forstner bit hooked up here. I'll make sure it doesn't move. So the whole point of even doing this in the first place, let's see if I can show you one-handed, is I really want to only get at this part right here. I just want the pip just right in the middle, or that center point, if you will. And so if you grind, I kind of have just a coarse and a fine grinder. We'll use a coarse side for now. So if you kind of grind that part out, kind of getting flat there, and kind of grind it out. You don't want to touch the teeth that are on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and kind of grind it. We'll see if I can get a shot of it. But it's a lot easier to work two-handed on this item as well, because sometimes this likes to move even though you have it chucked in there. Just make sure when you're doing this, you don't get the teeth that are on the outside, and you only get that center point. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm getting close. Let's see if I can get a good angle on this. But you can kind of see here, this point that's up here is almost level with this. You can kind of see that slope that's right there. It's kind of difficult, but that little slope that's right there, my finger can still kind of nick it. It's below the cutting mark of the teeth on the outside here, but it's not quite even with the knives that are on the outside of this. So a Forstner bit, as a reminder, has these two cutting edges on the outside on their opposite sides of each other. And so when it spins in a particular direction, which you can obviously see that the teeth cut in this direction, so it spins this direction as well. I can't figure out clockwise or counterclockwise, but when we want to make sure that this point is flat, that's the goal here. We're getting close. So I've gotten it to a point where we kind of have this issue, right? It's easy kind of to accentuate this issue with this. I can still stop my finger on here. There's still a hump right there. So I'm going to switch tools from a flat grinder or a flat file, excuse me, and I'm going to move to a circular file to kind of dish out this right here. Okay, off camera, I decided not to use this circular one. I decided to just go with a smaller file, but now we can see this profile is a lot flatter. Almost, yeah, it's good enough. It's flat enough. We'll give it a test, see what we got. Alrighty, here is our flattened Forstner bit. I'm gonna go ahead and unchuck our other one. Chuck up the non-center hole, center finder, whatever you like to call it, the one without the pip. So what's really crucial with these Forstner bits, use this pip to center the Forstner bit, so it's a guide. Without that guide, it's very important that we already have this established so we can go ahead and center this, and it's already centered. So I'm going to actually use a clamp here to make sure that when I go ahead and start this drill up, everything's already ready to go and centered. So let me get that down. There we are. Let's put it in a place where we can actually do this. I'm going to actually work smarter, not harder. I've done this backwards. We'll get it. My clamp is right in the way there. There we go. Let's clamp this down now. Right where we want it. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we get. All right. So now, theoretically, we should have a hole, no more. We do have some marring marks. That means I'm not quite down far enough, but with a little sanding, that should come out right there. It should come out pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and sand the pip down just a little bit more. and see if we can get a better cut. But we're looking good so far. Okay, so I've sanded it down a little bit more. I want to see what we're dealing with. Let's go ahead and give it another cut. Alrighty. So, I think we've improved it a little bit. We still have that center mark because the center of this bit was ground down, so it's not going to ever be truly flat, but with a little bit of sanding, that should come out just fine. Alrighty, I just have some 80 grit sandpaper here. I'm gonna kind of fold it over. Kind of with the grain, kind of around the grain. Alrighty. I actually think this is a lot better. There we are. Right there, you have it. Put a little finish on there, should be good to go. Well, that's all I have for you guys now. If you guys have any questions, comments, or a better way to do this, you let me know. Catch y'all later. Stout out.